is going through your head, and how are you communicating with the team at this point? Like, what do we need to change to do better in game 2?
So that's a great question, and this one has layers to it. So first thing, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. You know what it is. You had empty stomach. You're this. Your touch is gone. Power's gone.
Yeah.
Um,
And then you start getting scared.
Start getting scared, and I'm having flashbacks. Because for everybody out there, first Pack I played with Tomas, 2017. It's the three of us plus Danny Rivera. Squad, we were cooking, and then we go against the team that these Minnesota boys, that these are guys that I had never beaten. Now the funny thing is, Tomas and I just beat them and beat the shit out of them in the
Indoor,
Co-Ed
yeah.
Forest tournament in the semis and ended up winning that tournament. So you would think, really, you just smacked them with the person that you're playing with now. Like, you got this. But instead, I get scared. I don't know if you remember. I go up to you. I go, hey, maybe it's a good idea you play Danny this game. I don't know if you remember that.
I vaguely do, yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, dude, I really didn't want to fuck it up for us. I really wanted this, and a chance to play with my boys, especially you. Like, I cherish that shit, and I let you guys down that match. I let you guys the fuck down that match, and we ended up losing the round of 16, which ended up becoming a trend for me. I only made it out of the round of 16 twice. Once with you in the finals, and I beat the Baumgrens out this year actually to make the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Fine, which sucks. If we won the quarterfinals, I would have played against your ass. Damn, it would have been us in the finals. No, but yeah. So that's running through my mind. Like, dude, I don't want a part 2 of this. Like, I need to show the fuck up. Let me go eat right now, and let me try to alleviate any kind of pressure, tension, or panic that Tomas and Lang are having, and I want to get them believing again. And so we can all eat. We can all play good.
Yeah.
Speaking of eat, I had to go eat.
Yeah, well, managing your nutrition throughout a long day of competition is obviously critical. There's a lot of people that say, I can't eat on tournament day. Well,
That blows my mind.
there aren't very many of those people that win tournaments.
Or
So
they don't play long enough to have to eat.
that's right. So take it from somebody who knows better. I may not know much, but I do know that you have to replace your fuel throughout the day. You got to replenish. And some people are like, it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. I even knew this one guy. He felt uncomfortable eating while playing, and so what he started doing was he started fasting, and then going to practice while hungry, so that he could train his mind and his body to compete while hungry. And I said, Mike, that's a really great idea, but what you should do is eat a bunch of food and then go to practice, so you train your body to eat while you're not hungry, while you're well fed, because then you won't run out of energy. And I could see the hamster wheel just spinning there. So like if you're uncomfortable playing when you're eating, do it in a low stakes scenario first, practice, get better at it, because sometimes, I've been at Wapaka, the finals are at 11:30 at night, and you cannot go 14 hours in a day of volleyball without eating. You will cramp, you'll fall apart mentally, you'll get the shakes. It's not worth it. So eating, obviously important.
Take that from me, who is usually the horse on teams. You gotta fucking eat. I've cramped at almost every Wapaka, and that has been my downfall.
Yeah,
At every single one that I've cramped.
very very important. But also, one thing that I remember at Corn Roast when we played against in the finals, we played Brandon Schmidt, Moriarty, and Trevor Weimer, and you had said something about like, oh, I've never beaten Brandon Schmidt, like before the match started.
Yeah, and I finally got it out of the way the day before. Finally.
Well, I was pretty upset with you for bringing that up, because I was like, really, it doesn't matter who's on the other side of the net. Like, all that matters is what's on our side of the net.
Damn straight.
And I think that's really important. Even in this scenario where I'm playing against a couple former teammates of mine, and I want to win, like a little extra, I still need to remind myself and stay focused on the internal. What can I control? I can't control what they're doing. And I think another thing too, like, sometimes it's easy when you're like you said, the horse or the star, to feel like you let down your team. I mean, I've had matches in my life where I feel like I didn't perform as well as I needed to in order for the team to win. You know, and those are hard losses to take. So I definitely feel you on that, but I also feel like as I've played more volleyball since those times, you know, and I've matured, I've learned more, that you need to also recognize that, like, even if you're doing 45% of the work on a team, you can't get to 100 unless everybody's doing their role. So, you know, like those losses where, like at Boat Ride, where you feel like you let us down, I think it's more complex than that. And I think that, you know, like I talked earlier about taking pressure off your teammates, you know, that's an opportunity where, like, maybe I could have had one more ace, or Lang could have made one more dig, you know. So it's not just on you. It's always a team thing, and it's always, you know, my chief strategy going into any tournament is always trying to recruit the best possible team I can. And so when I'm playing with you, it's 100% because I believe in you and think that this is going to help us win, you know. So yeah, don't take those too harshly, you know.
For sure, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot.
But yeah, I remember, because I was running that skyball competition. You and Aaron had been talking a little bit. I know you went off and got some food, but I remember you guys talking. And Aaron was like, "We got to pass 2. We got to do that. We got to make changes. We got to do this and that." And I was like, "Nah, dude. Like, we don't got to change anything. We just got to play better." And I think I threw in a couple F-bombs, you know, for extra emphasis, you know. But like sometimes you just don't have, like, we played a bad game, 21-13.
With a good strategy,
you know. I don't think we need to change anything. We just need to make sure we don't get ace. We need to control our seams better. We missed a bunch of serves. We made a couple hitting errors. Like, we just got to execute at a higher level. And so sometimes when you lose, guys, don't think about changing your strategies. Think about playing better, you know.
Simple as that.
The simplest thing you can do.
Simple as that.
So let's see what happens in game 2. All right, set 2.
Ace.
Ace.
Tomas 2 first serves, 2 aces. Now this, I think Lane forgot what we were doing.
Yeah, well, that was a nice swing. It did hit the sideline.
Yeah. Oh, here goes a 4-on blast. Hiya!
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there.
Look, so I will pause it real quick. That was. No, I'm not gonna lie. When that happened, that was the funniest thing. Tomasha, you're one of the more, like, on point motherfuckers I've ever played with. You know, so to see you
quote that.
yeah, man, put that on a t-shirt. So when that happened, I just remember thinking, like, this motherfucker is human. And just like jokingly saying that in my head, just laughing my ass off on the inside, like, dude, Tomas, you suck, man.
You know, one year, it was 2016, I played corn roast the first time. Maybe not the first time. 2016, I played triples for the first time with Lang and Overby, and we showed up late. We got a late start because, you know, we thought the tournament was probably going to cancel because of rain. We were coming from a long way away, Overby especially. But anyway, it's like early on in the match. I think we're playing against Steve Brunelli and pool play, and Lang throws me this back set, and I take a super smooth approach and jump up and, like, reach really high, like, and I imagine, like, in my mind, it just was like the smoothest, most flawless technical approach of all time. But the ball landed like 10 feet behind me. And the set wasn't quite right, and the wind took it away, and I just went anyways. And I landed, and the ball landed, and I landed, and you know, we lost the point. Everybody was like, "What the hell?" You know, and I was just like, "Whatever."
What just happened?
So at least I hit the ball this time.
That's true, man. You're moving up.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh man. There's mistakes like that, like, yeah, you just gotta laugh off because that shit happens in this game.
You know, this always I find kind of ridiculous. Like, you're supposed to follow the ball out to the line, but you always do this, really, where you just like look at the server, like, yep, it's out.
Because I'm gangster. I just know until it falls in. I have a funny ass story about that. Playing with Lewis Richard, who I'm coaching with at my for the first time. Me is Ian Lewis and me, and we're playing in I think whatever like Southport tournament. And Jake, you should have had that block. Why are you
Almost.
reaching? And he there was a windy day. There was a ball. We're on the bad side. There's a ball that gets served over my shoulder. And as it's going over my shoulder, like I'm reading that the ball's going out. And as it gets here, I'm just like, I call out in.
Yeah.
And I let it drop because I'm not getting it. I let it drop and
Yeah,
it falls right in the corner.
Sometimes it's better to hope that it's out than to shank it.
Yeah. And that's one of my favorite memories on the grass. Because Lewis just looked at me and just went, the fact that you called it in and didn't go for it, I'm like, yeah, man, late read.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids, follow the ball to the line.
So these past couple serves are in the net, right? Well, I think one of the things that starts happening here is, you know, you can see the shadows are getting longer. It's getting to the end of the day. It starts getting cooler. The ball starts to deflate a little bit, which means when you hit it on your hand, it kind of warps around your hand a little more and likes to, you know, get a little less pop.
Oh, what happened here?
It's just, you know,
Wide block.
Tyler's a tall dude with long arms.
He's a long motherfucker.
He's able to hit over me sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I remember this point. This is where I remember I started feeling good.
Yeah, nice follow up.
I gotta say, you know you're doing good when Tomas is celebrating like that, because normally I don't hear you celebrate that much. Like that, at least.
Yeah. These days I celebrate more than I used to.
Oh,
Well,
this play.
maybe.
This play, I think that I was in the wrong right there. Because I gotta remember, I'm not primary in that situation.
Yeah. How do you mean? What could you have done differently?
Transition. You know, I didn't trust that Lang was gonna be there, and I could have transitioned, gone around, spread it out a little bit, going behind.
Yeah, or you could have stepped in and grabbed that set. Maybe that ball, it really dies inside. I remember calling outside for that play, and it kind of dies in. You can see we talked about earlier with you when your arm starts reaching out in front.
Yeah.
Lang's always good for a repeat set to me when I make an error, though, which is good. It builds
love
trust
that.
in your team.
Love that. Got to go back to your guy.
You know, like same thing for me. Like if I make a hitting error, like I gotta make sure I put the next one away. Lang holds himself to the same standard. If he makes a setting error, he's gonna make a better set the next time. You know.
Yeah. No, I remember this swing. This swing was an accident. I was just trying to hit it. I had no rhyme or reason for where I was
think that's
going.
the highlight of the match right there, though.
Yeah, that ball bounced high too.
You hit one like that in warm up. It probably wasn't that bad of an accident.
No, that was an accident. I just hit the ball. I was early.
Just to give Lang a couple more props here, though. This is a great pass on a tough serve. You know, like there's a lot of heat on that.
Oh, he was
and
doing
that's
that
one
all.
thing that Lang does super well is he's got a ton of ball control, and so once we get the seams figured out, he's very valuable to have on that back line passing on this.
Absolutely. This right here is where I really started feeling good. The serve got clicking. I knew right at this moment, yeah, we're winning this match. If I keep this going, we're good. Just gotta do everything else good, not great.
Yeah, you can see the pep in your step right there, the way you're walking back to the end line.
Got some juice.
Well, you know, the thing is, Lang and I have been in a lot of finals and together at this point, and a bunch of times when we've been in the final, get Chandler back a little bit. We always, not always, but we seem to drop game one a decent amount, and you know, so like I don't think neither of us was panicking at that moment.
I felt that from you guys. Yeah, that is one thing that's true about you guys. You guys do a great job of building. This was a fun swing right here. Again, another ball that I'm trying. No, I knew what I was doing with that. Usually a blocker right there, right? You're coming in this way.
Yeah,
You're
right.
going to hit this way. So a little misdirection is all you need.
Nice pass.
I think this was a good swing by
Yeah, it's
right
back
over
line.
me.
Great swing.
Yeah, man. Tyler, you're good. Oh, Chandler right there getting riled up. Like, I love that. Takes off the Griffey jersey to no avail.
Well, he lost the power.
He lost the power.
Ken
Speaking of
Griffey
power. Yup. Surprise.
Well, in the first game, they were getting more aces and we were getting fewer, and now that tide has switched a little bit.
Tide has switched.
And they're going back, passing on 3. It's leading to some difficulties here from in their side out.
Yeah, now they're getting frustrated. Our wheels are rolling. Theirs are not. Down the line, that's a good swing. I thought I had that one.
That Langle swing is very hard to defend.
Yeah.
Both pins.
Yeah. This was a great set by you. High, a touch inside of me.
Yeah, right. Give you a line to it. And that, even though like the one that you were talking about where you had to do a little misdirect, like it wasn't on the net as well, but keeping that second ball high is super important for getting hitters a chance to swing.
Yeah. You did. Yeah, you did. All I had to do was just swing on that one, and you put it in the perfect spot. And now we're rolling. 2 blockers up. Okay, that's open.
Yeah, that's a tough play there because if you line up to double block and then somebody leaves, that solo blocker is usually not in a position to be so much on the ball. Especially because Tyler's the one setting that block, and then he leaves it, just kind of leaves Chandler out to dry on that.
Yeah, true.
You make a nice read and hit to the open space.
I feel like that had to have been a miscommunication between the two of them, or Tyler just like hanging out there. Like, oh shit, really, you dug me? I'm not a defensive person. Back row at least.
Get some digs once in a while.
I'm in good spots. I put myself in good spots.
Yeah, reading, getting the right position, and then having the technique to angle your body the right way is most of the work.
Yeah, true. And I gave Tomas a bounce ball. He said, no, I'm good. That was an accident. I don't know, whatever the fuck reason, Tomas, I do like struggle setting you of all people. I don't know what it is. Everybody else I give money, dimes.
Well, let's see. My footwork might...
Oh, you did take a little... You did go... I think you expected wider than what I gave you.
It worked out just fine.
I might have been trying to give you a little wide because I feel like whenever I try to set, I always try to keep an eye on who I'm setting. Nice job, Jake. You got me.
Yeah, you tried to play it off first, so you didn't touch it.
Almost got it. No, they were on that. Like I try to see the the line of your approach and if you're coming in, if you're already on your first step or not.
Yeah.
And I feel like I read you right, just said it wrong, and I feel like you were reading that as well.
Yeah, I probably kicked that a little far. It looked like it just hung up inside a little bit. Maybe it was just a touch lower than I thought, but tighter. But that's like it worked out. We got a kill.
Speaking of working out, that worked out.
The knuckle poke.
The knuckle pokey. Yeah, I'm not skyballing. Just hitting bombs.
That one I felt like I lined up really well on, and it just went through the net. That's a frustrating part about, especially playing against the guys like Amdahl, who just they have so much range off their hand. That's that one, it's coming in really sharp with a lot of spin.
That's a good
bites
serve.
Early.
Yeah.
Those are tough to deal with. You really got to be on your toes.
Yeah.
What I've learned actually over time on guys like that is you step towards them. So if I'm in the angle, I don't really need to shift my position laterally on the court. I need to come into the court more because then I can cut that angle off better.
Yeah. That makes sense. Playing the wind, right? Playing the elements, right? Playing the server. Ooh, that looks tired, Jake. You look tired, man.
We're both.
You probably need some Chipotle.
Getting some warm-up serves in before set 3. Ooh. So obviously, we did a better job executing that game. So we come back out.
Smart swing. That's the thing, kids. When you're watching this game, it's a game of chess, right? You gotta set up the defense how you want them to be. I hit a lot of cross, so I can open up the line opportunities for the easier kills. Right?
Yeah, I don't think I hit line this whole tournament.
I don't think you did either. I think there was one. I think coming up, you tipped one line after Jake dug you, a little bit later in this set. Oh, I remember this. Lang, what happened? Oop.
Yeah, sometimes they're coming out of the shadows, and
Yeah, he was surprised by that. That's true.
yeah, I was taking up so much space in front of him, he couldn't see.
Oof. And Tomas, that right there was motivating because I was like, damn, I just fucked up. And to see you go after a ball that we had no business going after.
I almost
like,
had that.
You in that hand, exactly. You almost had that shit. And it's like, yo, I need to try a little harder. So that shit like that's galvanizing. You know, I love that.
Yeah, you do got to hustle for it.
Yeah.
I remember Arnie Ball subbed me out of a match. I was playing with Team Pineapple against LVC, set 5 or something like that. And there was a ball that like was so far away, like impossible to get a second touch on. And I just let it go, and Arnie Ball subbed me out and was like, "You got to go for that." And so he put Will Robbins in for me when they had Scott Sawicki back there serving, and Sawicki aced Will Robbins like 3 or 4 times in a row, and we lost that game, we lost that match, and I felt like I was not going to get aced like that, but you know, like you got to show hustle for your team, or else you know, like maybe you don't deserve to be on the court.
Agreed. And speaking of which, just kind of go back the last like 5 serves, maybe like 3 or 4. This so quick. This right here cannot happen. This serve. Okay, actually that was one of the first ones. Okay, he went for a line shot. No problem. All right, go back. Who's back there? Jake tries to serve my line. Miss serve. Okay, those acceptable. After this, it's like maybe we do a little bit too much. I think you actually put in a serve. You just barely nicked the net. That one's like, okay, no problem. But then the next one after this, on their side, I think is a bomb that just goes long. You can't do that. That can't happen. You know, especially later in the match. Like
I kind of think...
so now I go back and I'm like, hold my beer.
The side out rate, I mean, yeah, like, I think personally, when you go back to serve, for me, like, what's the best chance I have of winning this point? And it's like not to just serve it in.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously if I miss the serve, we have no chance of winning the point. But
speaking of which,
if I like just roll one in Tyler's lap, like they're probably gonna side that out at least 70% of the time.
Yeah, you might as well just underhand serve it right to him, boot.
Yeah, there's that dig you were talking about.
Yeah. You come back, y'all like this. You keep good swing by Chandler. You keep your head about you, and you put in a great play after this. But that's a great point, though. Yeah, you really can't put in lollipops or good serves in the grass, especially at this level. Like they have to be great. You know, I just think if you get to this point, at least for me, I have a great feeling of what I'm doing by this time. You know, especially when I'm properly fueled and this and that. This is a big play. Finally got them. Well, I'm like properly healed. Like you should be in a flow state almost of. You could put in a great serve, not perfect, but a great serve, and you know put them off balance a little bit. Like it doesn't have to be spectacular. You know, and I felt like they were going for spectacular bounce. I don't want to shit on them because they played a great match, hence the score of the first set. You know, good swing by Aaron.
Nice play, yeah, to get his feet there. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, like at some point you do have to hit your serve in. You know, and that's a lot of times that's the difference. But you know, like for me, I know that my best chances of winning it are if I serve really well. And there are multiple ways I can win. Yeah. Sure. Well, Hitch might get it. Well,
hey, dude, you bombed that one.
I had to adjust to it.
That's that tennis background right there with that arm, that shoulder.
Actually, this is a good example. I was just talking with Alexi. He's playing for MVC. He's going to be a freshman at Stanford next year. He likes to bomb his serve too, toss it way out in front, get extra power. Well, you can tell I'm not quite there with my feet to really swing at that. I'll probably put it in the net or put it long if I flatten it out. So I'd take a little bit off my serve here. And it's still like it's a very challenging serve to pass. Chandler has to lay out for that.
Hey, he passed it good, but now he's out. I got one hitter to block.
I mean, you know, like I said, as long as they don't get aced, like they're probably going to side out at least 50%. If it's good in system, probably 70%, right? So that's why it's, in my opinion, it's worth going for aces if you have that capability in your game. If you don't have that capability in your game, then you got to serve smart. But you should be practicing to get your serve better. So it is a weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Speaking of good serves, oof.
you can kind of manage that, manage that based off the toss. And I think I've gotten better at that since this time.
Same. Ooh. This play confused me. This play confused the fuck out of me. Lang, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It went
so,
around.
Right, the ball, there are no antennas, but if the ball goes outside the pole, then it's the same as going out of bounds outside the antenna. So that's what happened there.
Yeah.
No argument from Chandler and Tyler. So I think it was the right call. I couldn't quite tell from where I was at.
I had no idea. And I'm also not even thinking about that, right, with the no antennas. This play, they got to make this play.
Yeah, they had 2 guys on it. Couldn't quite figure out who was going to take it. That's another one of those sets, though. I gotta air a little wider. I'm like chasing it. I don't quite get my touch on it quite right. But you make a good deep swing on it anyway.
Yeah, I got my feet to the ball, and thankfully it wasn't so windy at that point, right, because the wind was going.
Aaron does it back to him here with the skyball.
Oh, I remember this. I feel like you doubled the set. Okay, I did. I doubled. Good touch. Like, nope, I'm playing smart. I'm playing to win.
Yeah, not setting Aaron.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of grass games now, and I hardly see anybody call their hands on anything. And I see a lot of stuff that I wish was called more. So at least for me, like I don't argue. All I do is walk. I just points over. I don't even jump to hit that. I think it's important to be honest about what we're putting up. You can't. Sometimes people get upset with me, like if I'm trying to enforce rules on them and call for doubles, and they get angry at me about it.
People give you the business about that.
But I'm definitely going to call it when I think it's bad on my own team. And it's hard to call it on yourself sometimes. So Aaron's always been good about this too. Like he'll call it on me if it needs to be called. So I think as a team you got to help set a standard for everybody.
Agreed.
If you watch international beach volleyball, they have the challenge system, so that probably helps because it's hard to get away with stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people, they call their own touches. They will admit to being in the net. They're incredibly honest about things.
I love that. Play the game with respect.
And they play for a lot more money and consequences than we do. So I think we can probably learn from that. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I've definitely, had moments where I won't call things, especially if I feel like the other team's not calling stuff and things that it's easy for me to be like, oh, I'm an eye for an eye kind of thing.
I was just about to say, yeah.
But
it'd be like that sometimes.
I think the sport is better when we are honest about what we're doing out there, and I think at the end of the day, we're still friends with all these people here, and it's because we recognize that this is a game.
Yeah.
And the people are more important than the game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But anyway, let's see how this match ends. So we're at match point. Switch sides, 14-11.
Spoiler alert, might end with a bomb.
Relyea has a good memory for every game he's ever played.
I do. I hit this, I contact this one. Hey!
I like how Aaron,
I was about to say.
Aaron doesn't even bother covering here. He just commits to the pass.
Just chilling on the grass for no reason. It's okay, Lang, I got you. Money pass, money set. I just got to put my hand on it.
Well, Relyea, what is next for you?
In terms of short term tomorrow or long term
what's on the agenda for this season? Are you going to be playing more ball?
So I took a little break from playing grass last year. I didn't go to a Paca. I think I played in your tournament and cornrows. That was it. I focused a lot more on, right, because my financials really only come from volleyball right now. I am still training and studying to be an insurance adjuster, right? And hopefully that I'm gonna make that catch ground this spring, like I have to. But I was actually talking with Casey about this. There's a small chance I might look back into playing overseas next year. My game has really grown over the last 2 years. My shape, my condition have really grown over the last 2 years, which is like at 35 years old, going on 36 in a couple months, to be able to say that, phenomenal. But at the same time, that shit's just not just a number. You know, you are what you put into yourself and what you put out there, right? But the point being, I think I'm gonna play a lot more. You know, I feel like I have a lot more game. I have a lot more experience and maturity in the sport. I'm I got a really good team lined up for Wapaka. Got Aaron Kuby, and we're gonna work on getting my old college teammate Jordan Dyer. He's a monster on the sand, and just really good vibe. You know, I think it's really important. Like we were just talking about it a little bit. You have that vibe on the court as well.
Yeah.
You know, it helps. He's a baller as well too. But yeah, I think you'll see me around the grass a lot. I'm definitely gonna be playing a lot of beach in Chicago, like I do in the summer times, three to four times a week. You know,
Well, good. I'm looking forward to seeing you back out there. Thanks so much for being on the show, man. It was fun.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a pleasure. My favorite part about this match is I opened the match with a bomb and I closed the match with a bomb. We did not lose.
Richie, how about you face this way? Come here.
You can hear the old, goddamn,
Come here.
shit.
Lie down.